what I want to know is, if something is truly supernatural, can it be confirmed by the natural? Because isn't it by its very definition supernatural, above nature? I mean, Mark, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that, because there's some interesting thought experiments you can perform that can let you see that you can empirically test the question about supernatural events and supernatural causes. And so, for example, let's say we have a Ouija board. Now, I've never used one, so I don't really know how they're used. But let's say you use it and you move around on it, and it gives you an answer, yes or no, to a question. All right. Well, I know that there's at least one test of that, in which scientists said, well, okay, these people are coming up with answers that are supposedly from some supernatural source. Let's blindfold them. And then they started moving their hands all over the place, and they didn't come up with a yes or no answer. They just came up with nonsense. And so there's an empirical falsification of a claim to the supernatural. Now let's keep pushing this experiment a little bit here. Now let's say they blindfold them, and the person who's playing with the Ouija board says, I'm going to make a prediction, and the Ouija board's going to tell me whether it's accurate. I'm going to predict that tomorrow the lottery numbers are going to be the following 5 sequence. And the Ouija board says, yes, tomorrow comes, and those are the lottery numbers. Okay, wow, what an interesting freak chance. Then the second day it happens, another freak chance, identical. And we just keep going like that. Now that's an extreme, but my point is, at what point will the scientists say there's something more going on here than just random chance?
Yeah, well, I think they'd eventually say there's something more going on, but again, will they ever say it's supernatural? No. Would you be able to well, they don't have it any longer, but JREF used to have $1 million for somebody that could do exactly that, right? And they did that for decades, and nobody ever claimed that money because nobody was able to do anything like that. But scientists will never concede and say, look, there is no natural explanation for this. It must be supernatural, because again, that is outside the domain of the magistrate of science. And I think it needs to stay that way. If science ever concludes something supernatural, it opens up a whole floodgate for other things, right? Because, hey, rainbow, leprechauns. And again, I don't like using leprechauns for the God thing. I think there are different categories there. But in that particular case, why did we see a rainbow? There was supposed to be an explanation for this, right? Well, one of the things in the Bible is that God put a rainbow there to, tell man that never going to have a flood again. We don't think that's the actual explanation, though. We know that the rainbow is produced by, light coming through raindrops, and we're seeing the prismatic effect.